Good afternoon. Let's start the session. So today we are going to discuss about views concept. So first of all, so in this class we were going to discuss about what is a view, what is a view, and the second one is what are the advantages of the view. Third, the third one is types of views. So these are the topics we need to discuss today class. So first one is definition of the view and what is a view. The second one is advantages of the views and third one is types of views. So first let's see the definition of the view. So view is basically one of the database object. It is a database object like table view index like that, and which is used to provide the security for the data. So that means for example, I will show you with example. So here I have 500 rows. I have 500 rows and I have 20 columns. So my table having 5000 rows and 20 columns. So if you want to restrict some table data, for example, some user asking, for example, this is the user 1, or this is the user 2, this is the user 3, user 1, user 2, user 3. For example, user 1 want the, for example, user 1 want 500 1000 rows. User 1 wants 5000 rows and only 10 columns. And this user 2 having 2000 to 3000 rows and 20 to 30 columns, and user 3 wants greater than 3000 rows and greater than 30 rows. For example, here consider 50 rows, not 20. This is having 50 rows, this is having 50 rows. So like that you, first user want this data, second user want this data, and the third user want this data. So at that time, so no need to hit the data every time. For example, user 1 want to asking this data, and user 2 asking this data, and user 3 asking this data. So at that time, so these three users no need to hit the data every time, so that will degrade the performance. So that's why you need to create the you need to create the view you need to create the view on top of this view. So this is one view, this is the second view, this is the third view. So this is called view 1, and this is called view 2, and this is called view 3. Okay na? So same table data I partition to multiple users. Okay na? If you want to restrict, if you want to fetch the 5000 rows at a time, so it will degrade the performances. So at that time we need to partition the data based on the user requirement. So it will use views, use restrict the data. If we want to restrict the table data one person to another person, we have to use views concept. Okay na? So here, so that's why it is provide the security for the data. So that means it will give the only required data. Okay na? It will give the only required data. So unnecessary data it won't provide. The view don't provide the unnecessary data. It will provide the only required for the data for the required users. So that is the use of views concept. And the third point is restrict the table data. Already I told you, restrict the table data. And the fourth point is it is a virtual table. So virtual table is nothing but for example, view store the data, but sorry, table store the data. View does not store the data. View does not store any data. It can store only select query. It can store it can store only select statement. It cannot store any data. It can store only select statement only. Okay na? So these are the main points regarding about the views concept. Okay na? View is one of the database object which is used to provide the security for the data. That means if you want to restrict the some table data one person to another person's, we can use the views concept. And it is also called as a virtual table. So why it is called as a virtual table? In the sense, generally table table can store the data, but view cannot store the data. View can store only select statement only. Okay na? So that's why view is called as a virtual table. So the next concept is types, sorry, advantages of the views. So what are the advantages of the views? We will see. So the first one is readability. The first advantage is readability. The second advantage is security. And the third one is access the data fastly. Okay na? So these are the mainly advantages of the views. First one is readability. We can easily understand the readability of the query. And the second one is security. So only required data it will show and access the data very fastly compared to compare compared to base table. We can get the data, very easily using views concept. So these are the three advantages of the views. So the next concept is, types of views. So here we have two types of views. So the first one is simple view and the second one is complex view. So what is a simple view? What is a simple view? Simple view is nothing but simple view is nothing but a view which is created on the single table, that is called a simple view. A view which is created on the single table, that is called a simple view. And a complex view is nothing but a view which is created a view which is created on multiple tables. A view which is created on the multiple tables, that is called complex view. Okay na? So syntax see the syntax. Create view name as select a star from table name. We can use where condition also. So where condition is the optional. Here where condition is the optional. If you want to filter the data, so we can use the where condition. So otherwise no need to use the where condition here. So the next one is complex view syntax. So complex view is nothing but joins. Complex view is nothing but joins. Create view name as select column 1 comma column 2 comma and so on from table 1 alias 1 join table 2 alias 2 on alias 1 dot common column. We will discuss later joins concept. Alias 2 dot common column. So this is the syntax for complex view. See the practically how to working with the simple view and the complex view. So here I have some table, select a star from employee. So this is my base table. So this is my base table. So I want to create the view on top of this base table. Okay na? So directly I don't want to fetch the data from the directly table. First I am creating the one view on top of this base table. So from this view, from on top of the view, I will perform some operations like insert, update, delete, select, whatever it is maybe. So that's why we can use the views. So now I am creating the simple view. Create a simple view. So simple view is nothing but we will create the view on top of the single table only. Create view name is nothing but view underscore employee as select. I don't want required all the columns. I want only take the required columns. I don't want to take the all the columns. I will take only required columns only. For example, I want employee name, salary, department number. I don't want all the column names. Here where salary less than 2000. So this data I want. So on top of this select query, I will create the view. For example, what is the error? Invalid column name, salary. Sorry, from AMP. So here this is one select query. Okay na? So employee name, salary, department number. So this is select query. So I want to store the this select query somewhere. Okay na? So that storage name area is called view. So I want to store this select query. I want to store this select query some storage area. That storage name is called view. If you want to store any select query, then we have to use which concept? Views concept. Okay na? So here I am creating the view. So in this view I am storing what? Select query. So views only store the select query only, not data. Okay na? It will store the only select query. So view is created successfully. Now I want to display the view. Display the view. How to display the table data? Select star from table name. So same like that. If you want to see the view data, so then we have to use view name. Select star from view name. What is the view name here? View underscore emp is the view name. So now please observe. So this is the view data. So on top of this view we can perform any operations like insert, update, delete, whatever it is maybe. Okay, so on top of this view, we can perform any operations. For example, so here we have view. So on top of this view I will perform one query here. Select the data from view. So here I want only required 30 department values. I don't want the remaining department values. So for example, select star. So I don't want required salary. I want only employee name and department. Employee name comma department number from view underscore emp where department number is equal to 30. Okay na? I want to fetch the data from the view only, not table. I want to fetch the data from the view only, not table. Please observe. Okay na? See here, it will display employee name and department number only. It will display the employee name and department number. So like that you can perform any operation on top of the view. So this is the regarding about simple view. So here sometimes interviewer asking one important interview question. So the question is, can we update the view? So what is the answer means? Yes, we can update the view. See here, now I will update the view here. See, for example, here first observe the base table data. Clearly observe the base table data. Here we have one employee name is there, Hari. One employee name Hari. So in the view also employee name is Hari is there. I want to update this name. So please observe. So employee table is having same name. Okay now, so that name we can store in view also. The same data it can having. view also, and I want to update this view, not table. I am updating the view here. Please observe, update. So what is the view name? View underscore emp set employee name is equal to, for example, in place of Hari I want to replace with Vishnu, where name is equal to Hari. Instead of Hari, I want to update the Vishnu. Okay, now here Hari is there. So in place of Hari, I am replacing with Vishnu. So now please observe. So one row affected. So now see the table view data. So it will be changed. Okay, now so Hari will be changed view. Sorry, Vishnu. Okay. So now see the employee table data. See the employee table data, please observe. So it will also changed. So here the one important thing is here one important thing is the sixth point. If you are update any view, that will be that data will reflect on base table also, on base table also. So that is the point here. If you are updating any view data, so that will be reflected in which one? Base table also. It will be reflected on base table also. So that is the main point here. So the so here, and seventh point is we can update simple view. We can update the simple view, but we can't update a complex view directly. So for that for that for that for that we can use, if you want to update the complex view, we can use the instead of trigger concept. Instead of trigger concept, so by using instead of trigger concept, we can update the complex view also. Why? Because complex view in the sense join the multiple tables. So if you want to update the multiple tables, we can't possible. So at that time, so triggers are is the best way. By using instead of triggers, we can update the multiple tables at a time. Okay, na? So we will see later that one by using instead of triggers. So now I want to create the complex view on top of the base table. Create complex view. So I will take one more table here. So first table is employee name. And the second table name is department table. So on top of these two tables, so first one is the employee table and the second one is the department table. So on top of these two tables, I will create the complex view. So here I will take select from employee name, from employee table I will take employee name, comma salary, From the DPT table I will take a location and a department name. Okay, na? So before that we will use create a command, create a view. So view name is v underscore emp and emp underscore dpt. Yes. So columns are taken from emp inner join dpt d on e dot department number is equal to e d dot department number. So this is the complex view. So here here this is the join. Okay na? So this is the join. Here I am taking the these four columns from two tables. So employee name salary comes from employee table, and location and department name comes from department table. Okay na? So here on top of these two tables, employee table and department table, I am creating the view here. So this is nothing but a complex view. So view is created successfully. Now I want to display the complex view data. Select the data from complex view. Select I want to select the required columns. For example, I want employee name, comma, location. I don't want remaining columns. From, so what is the view name? V underscore emp underscore dept. So now please observe. Okay na? Here employee name is there, location name is there. Okay na? So so this is nothing but complex view. So here please observe, I want to update the complex view here. So it will updating or not, please observe. Update complex view. Update complex view. So update. So which table I want to update? Okay, now we don't know here because we are taking two tables, employee, department. Which table I want to display here? Okay na? So that's why it will confusing. That means ambiguity is occur. So that's why we can't update the complex view directly. So for that by using instead of trigger we can update the complex view. So this is the regarding about views concept.